Hey everybody, Uncle Leroy here. Let's have a story. A nun walks up to a man one evening walking on a sidewalk. Says, "Hello, sir, how are you?" Says, "Well, I'm fine, how are you?" She said, "Well, I'm fine too." Says, "I'd like to ask you a question if I might." He goes, "All right, that'd be fine." So, well, first of all, I'm due to take my vow of celibacy, but before I do, I would like to experience what sex is like one time so I know I've had the experience. Man says, "Okay." So, well, the reason for my question is this. Would you like to be the one to experience it with me? Man says, "Well, I really would, except you being a nun and all, I kind of feel funny about this." She said, "Well, sir, if not you, it'll be somebody else." He said, "All right." He said, "I understand." He says, "Yeah, I'd like to do that with you." She said, "Fine, let's go over here behind the building where it's nice and dark and quiet and we can be alone." So they walk over there together and they get behind the building and she stops and he stops and she says, "First, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. Number one, are you married?" Says, "No, ma'am, I'm not married." Number two, do you have any children? "No, ma'am, no children." Says, "Good." So he pulls down his pants. She hikes up her skirt, pulls down her underwear, bends over. She says, "One more thing, please." Says, "Now, I don't want to experience sex one time in my life and end up with a child. So the only way I can feel right about this is if you do it to me anally." Man says, "Well, no problem, sister. I can do that." So they go ahead and they have at it. And when they're finished, she pulls up her underwear, pulls down her skirt. He pulls up his pants and underwear. And before they part, man says, "Sister, I am so sorry." He says, "I have lied to you. I have a confession. I really am married and I have two kids at home." Sister said, "Well, that's okay. I lied too. I'm not really a nun. My name is Bob. I'm on my way to a costume party."